All right, so we are live. I am here with Donna Roberts, amazing real estate agent out of Washington and Oregon, right on the border near Vancouver, Washington. Not to be confused with the other Pacific Northwest, Vancouver, Canada. And I'm down in San Diego. Donna and I partnered, I would say, what would we say, maybe a year ago?
It was 1 year ago this past weekend.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So already been 1 year.
1 year.
You were at Sotheby's and you moved
Yep.
your brand over to EXP. What's it been like?
It's been great. I have nothing but positive things to say. So we've been very happy. And we opened an office over the summer as well. And everything's been going great.
Nice. And I know that we both came from, so I was at Berkshire Hathaway at a time before. You were at Sotheby's. It's a little different moving from a luxury brand to EXP. Did your clients realize that you moved? What was your client's perception? How did that work out?
I think that was my fear. I was afraid that they would, the snob factor, I was afraid that they would be upset or that it would make a difference in my listings. And that wasn't the case. In fact, it was kind of funny because everyone thought I just opened up my own brokerage. They didn't pay any attention to
Yeah.
it said any of that.
It is funny because when you build up your brand and what we're talking about, like with you, myself, our teams, people are buying us and not the brand. Nothing wrong with those brands. They're perfectly A-okay, but no matter which company you're at, remember it's you that they're going for. So we've got someone that is being announced today as moving over his brokerage, independent brokerage owner,
Right.
moving on over. And so I'm going to do some introduction here. Mr. J. Bond, you're on mute right now, but welcome.
I'm going to be quiet for my intro there. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
We are so excited to have you. And I think it's great, like you said, is that somebody with an independent brokerage he had all the pieces in place, but he made the decision to come over and join us. So we're super excited. And Mark, just like how you asked me, I'm curious, like what was some of the main reasons for you, Jay, that you wanted to make a move?
All good questions. For a few reasons, I'm not an early adopter of things. I'm one that kind of likes to watch and wait and be like, I see all these big teams, all these people making this transition to EXP. I kind of want to let the dust settle, but also too, like I've been, over the last 16 years with various big box, quote unquote, luxury, non-luxury, whatever you want to say, brokerages. And it got a bad taste in my mouth as far as just offering value proposition, and what we were getting for what we were paying for at the end of the day. And so being an independent broker was nice because I didn't have to co-sign, I didn't have to co-brand, I didn't have to deal with all this red tape and people telling me what to do. But also the expenses, as far as being a broker owner, there's a lot of expenses, tax implications, things that take place that you don't quite see when you're just a 1099 agent, running a team at a bigger brokerage or this and that. So my assistant and I, last 2.5 years have been learning as we go a lot of these tax things, and it's been a freaking nightmare going through. And simply enough for me, one of the things that Mark and I talked about it, and I know Donna, when we had our call a handful of months ago, penciling out the numbers. And cap structure is great. I can from Keller previously, so we experienced a cap structure there. But my cap, I'm actually kind of going for free to EXP, honestly, because the contribution that I make as a broker with E&O and taxes, et cetera, that I normally wouldn't pay, I'm not paying now. So I'm actually probably saving a couple grand by actually being there, not having the liability, being broker of record, which is nice. And there's just a few other offerings that I think, are good. I went to a couple of Mark's, your guys' boot camps that you've held, more or less just as a friend and a peer and a colleague, in the industry, which has never been a hard sell, and I hate that. And you guys have done such a good job of just letting it kind of speak for itself, coming on. But I think the contribution from the ecosystem has been so powerful as far as just constructive building blocks, I think is the best way to put it, tangible things that you can implement in your business that you're seeing from people who are doing it at whatever scale that they are in their business that you can easily apply and understand. And those are, kind of behind the curtain or veil things that you don't get really at any other brokerage. I've never seen it.
No.
We've been courted by a lot of, people, I won't say the brokerage names, but it just wasn't there,
Yeah, definitely same for us. It was the group, the people, the contributions, the value add. I mean, year after year, my team has been doubling, and it's because I've been able to have the playbooks of people that are greater. We can all learn from everyone at every level too. And I found that everything that we're implementing is because, and it brings back, and you're saying, you'll be free at EXP because you get the money back because you're one of the top agents. So it's the icon agent, and you'll be shocked. Donna, how much do you think you saved so far?
I've saved, well, how much I paid last year? I saved at least $100,000 this year.
Switching over. So,
Crazy.
and she did more in production too. So
yeah. And I think that, get it, like Donna, you guys touch base on that, the mindset of, and I hear a lot of agents do this. They feel like, especially if they've been in that luxury agent space before, historically, that's kind of how they've built their business. They feel like they have to co-sign to this luxury brand, like this brand is what does it for them. And what I think a lot of people realize, once you make a transition, either independent or to a company like EXP, you realize that, hey, you're your book of business, you're your business, you've built it, you're your brand. You are the luxury. If you want to be a luxury agent, then work at it and you will be a luxury agent. There's no brand that's going to give you, quote unquote, that title of being a luxury agent. So I think breaking through that mindset is going to help you grow. It's not going to be a limiting belief anymore, but you're probably going to make a lot more money. And then, hey, you might actually just be living a life of luxury with more money versus just being.
And some people get caught up, and Mark, I've talked to you. I've had team leaders that I've talked to, and they're like, well, I'm grandfathered in with, Remax and whatever brand it is. And it only cost my team this amount of money. And what I go back and say is, are you looking at saving money or are you looking at making money? I mean, so it's like that whole thing, even when you want a listing appointment, they're not getting the big picture. They're not looking at the value that comes with it. And
opportunity that you're missing out on. And the savings though, even then my brokers that we were at, we were free. And so moving over was a huge deal. And then, I mean, my agent Virgilio on my team, he had $70,000 in EXP stock. He bought a house. He's now doing $150,000 remodel on that home with stock. So it's kind of cool to see that it's not just impacting the team leaders. It impacts the team members in a positive way. And it was tough for us to move over going from such a cheap brokerage and then having to pay splits. It's all working out though, which is awesome.
And I mean, and I didn't move over. And I don't think Jay moved over really for the recruiting part of it. It's, I need to do a better job probably of helping my agents realize the opportunities if they bring people to the team, whatever. I think they need to understand that there's so many options for people in this business as an individual agent, as a team agent, whatever. There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, can't agree.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, I would encourage any agent to sit down and do the math and pencil it out. And I think it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, so many other value adds, like you mentioned, stock options, which I've had a lot of just friends from Tom Ferry or who else that have been in the EXP ecosystem for a while, and they've really capitalized on some cool opportunities with stock, medical benefits opportunities.
The medical benefits, mine dropped in half. My monthly payment from Blue Cross Blue Shield under the clear something. Yeah. I mean, it went in half. And Mark, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you bought this beautiful building with a lot of it was proceeds from your stock just in the year before.
Yeah, I was scared. I was like, man, I don't have an office now. Well, the funny thing is my brokerage before didn't provide an office, but the ones that are scared of not having an office, the amount you save, you just go buy one.
Yeah.
So I bought a building.
So when you asked me how much I saved, that was what I had, or, how much I saved. I actually had to think a second because I know how much it cost me at the previous brokerage, but I made the decision also to sublet an office for our team while I'm looking for a permanent home, but still I saved $100,000 even after paying for that office.
Yeah. And you got an office on the main street in a beautiful area, walk-ins. So
right. Right.
And Jay, you already got your own office, so you're set.
It makes it easy. So that's kind of why we've been sitting on this too for months and months, as far as like our move over reveal, as we've gotten our office approved.
It was like a big secret. What?
It was. I kept it hush for a while. We did an all right job. But
yes. So next steps, we got an event happening in San Antonio, like we were talking about the boot camps. So kind of if you're ever interested, and it's not about the whole EXP movement, it really is just about providing value. Our group at EXP, we're always about selling more houses. So it's not about the recruiting. It's about, hey, provide value, change each other's businesses, change each other's lives, and then get to go have fun in all these different cities. So we have that event coming up February 21st through the 24th, which all three of us will be there. And then we are going to do another one in Charleston. So we got events that everyone can kind of join in on whenever they're looking to kind of feel what this is all about.
Yeah. As it comes, the taster, and guys, I can't stress enough, just the high level masterminding and the contribution there is phenomenal. That alone is just worth it. Going to a fun city is a little cherry on top, but I'd encourage everybody to come check it out.
For sure. Well, that's the news. Jay Bond is moving over to EXP. So anything else you guys have, some last minute factors you want to chime in about?
Gosh, that's it. Looking forward to starting a fresh 2022 and crushing it, watching all my friends and rockstar friends continue scaling and growing, and looking forward to seeing you guys, San Antonio.
And you know what, Mark, we kind of didn't even say what area Jay was from.
Oh my goodness.
Or what his team and what he brings to the table there. So, Jay has an amazing team in the San Luis Obispo area, right? And you service right in California. Yep.
Yes. Just like, where is it?
We just, you think about it, like, everybody knows Jay. Everybody knows Jay. We know where he's from, but we probably should, just in case.
Yes. San Luis Obispo, California, Central Coast. Now EXP, we've got a team of 7 agents and a team of 10 total with our staff and everything else. But excited to move over. And if you guys ever have questions about our experience with this transition, let us know. We can fill in the scoop for you here, and excited to talk to you about it.
Works for me.
Welcome. We're super excited. And of course, I'm going to see you in January, I think, at a Tom Ferry event we're going to. And then after that, we'll be in San Antonio. So
you guys can see me every month for the next.
I know.
Actually, so Jay, you and I are going to be Vegas, and then we're going to be in Salt Lake to go skiing, and then San Antonio.
Yeah. Yes.
You're
back to back for the next 12 weeks.
Yep. That works.
I love it. Living the dream.
All right, you guys. Love you. Jay, welcome to the family. Mark, thanks for facilitating all this, you guys.
Excited.
Of course. Chat soon, guys.
See ya.